Go ahead.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Not a Trekkie, an all Star Wars Everything podcast brought to you by Red Cyclone Inc. I'm your host, Tenacious T, aka Tatsuwa, my co host for the Not a Trekkie podcast, The Merc with the Mic.
What is going on? What is going on?
We are back, we are back.
We are back with another verdict. A review of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
We were originally supposed to do the second part of Clone Wars,
Yeah.
but we've had the pleasure of, in a short amount of time, getting all the episodes of the Obi-Wan, and
Yeah.
I'm so happy that we dove down into this one instead.
Yeah.
Clone Wars is there, and it's been there, and it's not going anywhere.
Yeah. This is gonna be. We can.
There's a lot of seasons of that.
We get there.
There will be plenty of content on Clone Wars, but
Yeah.
I'm actually very intrigued and excited to see where Clone Wars goes because I was actually skeptical about the show
Yeah.
in the beginning, and it ended up being fucking
Pretty interesting.
yeah, for the first 11 episodes that we watched, pretty good.
Yeah.
You got to actually see Yoda fucking move.
And we actually left off in a cliffhanger, and I'm kind of like, I gotta go.
What's happening next?
What's going on? Yeah.
100%, man.
But I actually enjoyed it. I've been enjoying the Clone Wars. So basically, we after this cast, we will be going back to Clone Wars. Seeing that Obi-Wan just finished like right away, like we had the time
It was
to.
very fast. It was 1, 2, 3.
Because it started off at 2 episodes,
Yeah.
and then it was just 4 episodes left. So
Do you feel like we get kind of teased of only having like 6 episodes? I feel like this should be like 12 episode series.
I think about it as extra, like a movie extra large.
I mean, this basically was a movie.
Yeah.
It really was. It was the movie that we wanted. You know, instead of the movies that we got,
Yeah.
like Phantom Menace and
Yeah.
stuff.
So I feel like this is like an XL movie, and it's getting more time to actually establish a story. Even if you really think about it, it's like probably close to a 3-hour movie because it might be a little longer, maybe close to 4 hours.
I would have watched it in the theaters
Yeah.
if it was one thing.
The
I definitely would've
visually and everything, yeah, it had movie theater quality. It was a beautiful looking show. So yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi was our show, our verdict this week. Started May 27th
watched it.
this year.
This year, 2020.
Ended last week.
Hey man, just the fact that what Disney Plus is doing, bringing back all the characters, like the people who actually played them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially with like Boba Fett. You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
guy
Jimmy
who actually,
Smiths and
yeah,
shit like that
you know
too.
what I mean? Like to get Ewan McGregor back and
Yeah.
creating history. Whatever his name
Yeah,
is.
Hayden Christensen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hayden
you had it right.
Yeah, I just stuttered when I said it though. But to have them back, you know, it's just it's so it's refreshing. You know what I mean? Like I feel, especially with the prequels, that they they did it too early in the infancy of CG.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it kind of now don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the prequels, but the infancy of CG is kind of a downer when you watch these movies.
It's funny you say that because like again on our It Gets Better Cast, we are going through all these movies, the superhero comic movies and
Yeah.
shit. And me and Mike is so fascinated, like, how the fuck the Mask still looks better than like half these movies back.
Bro, just the Ninja Turtles alone
Yeah.
that looks better. But
No,
the
but,
Mask
like,
being a CG movie,
CG and it was CG practical effects, but it was like the infancy. It was the beginning of like early CG.
well, I could see with that movie, it was more of the movement of him that was more CG
Yeah.
because he was actually wearing a rubber
Yeah, yeah,
mask.
yeah.
So,
But to think about it, like think about like the Incredible. Like right now we're watching the Hulk,
yeah.
and then to compare the CGI from the Hulk.
Which
then-
I have not seen that movie probably
Yeah, me too.
since probably like a year after
Yeah,
it came out.
so it's very bad. It's
Yeah.
not a good movie. But to go by the CGI and then like saying, "Damn, the Mask still looks better than this."
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Anyway, going into that, like the intricacy of CGI, that was like just my little example of it. Is the fact that like sometimes CGI can be good and sometimes it can be really
sometimes it's magical
bad. Yeah.
and it's amazing. Look at Avatar for an example. You know what I mean? That was
So it's a visually nice movie.
exactly
Yeah.
when it comes to it, like that was the beginning of something. James Cameron created that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So from there on, we have had the advantage and the technology to actually make shit look good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To the point that we have, like, look at Rogue One.
Rogue One,
When the
yeah.
girl that wasn't Carrie Fisher,
Yeah.
showed her as Princess Leia, and she looked just like her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing with Grand Moff.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
To have them come back and actually see them the way that they should have looked.
Yeah.
Is fucking awesome to me.
Yeah, when we get to like towards the later episodes, I have a good like. It's not nothing bad, but it's something that like I cherish this show for. Like they did a really good job of it. But yeah, the show looked great. Like it, but then again, it was also like Mandalorian looked great, and I actually think
dark. It
but
was a lot of like.
it was really
shadowy,
dark. It was really dark. It was. I agree with that.
It was like a lot of fighting at night
Yeah,
and stuff.
it was just like glow stick battles.
Yeah, but that's what made it so dope. It's like you're at a rave with lightsabers. You know what I mean?
But I thought the visuals of it was great. Like even Mandalorian was a great looking show. Boba Fett was a great looking show. It's great to see that Disney is putting the money. So the money they're making, they're putting right back into the filming of everything.
Yeah, that's
and
good. Just take the profit and.
It shows the quality.
Exactly. It shows that with a little incentive, the Star Wars community is enjoying what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just don't want them to oversaturate.
Yeah.
I want them to stay in the pocket of where we're at.
Yeah.
Because let's get another season of Mandalorian. Let's get another season. Let's tell these stories the way they should be told and not like have a million spin-offs just yet.
Yeah, and like pick and choose your characters or what you give spin-offs to. Like not everyone needs a spin-off. Like we don't need a spin-off of like that fish dude that
who turned his back on everybody.
Yeah, we don't need him.
I don't need him. I don't give a fuck about it.
Exactly.
I don't care about Owen and fucking Luke Skywalker's dad.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna come out with a show with them. Growing up
Luke.
That's what it's gonna be called.
You know what's funny? You know what that reminded me of, and this has nothing to do with Star Wars and everything. You ever read the Amazing Spider-Man when they brought in Peter Parker's parents? That they were like agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and shit.
Which volume was
it
that?
was probably volume. It was still volume 1.
But like
it was the like. It was before the return of the last confrontation with Venom for a long time. So if you remember that issue, I think that was issue 325, and it was a gold.
There was the whole Venom series.
It was
there
so.
was Maximum Carnage
Think about is after Maximum Carnage.
Okay.
So I think it's issue 325 that it's like a gold foil and it's just Spider-Man and Venom fighting each other.
Yeah, and there's
so
Spider-Web in the background.
Yeah.
I know exactly
so they brought in his parents during that time. So a little before then, they actually started bringing in his parents in. Like Red Skull was going after them and things like that, and they ended up being agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't know why I got the vibe of the parents, the aunt and uncle being kind of like the Peter Parker's parents.
Bray,
that they're gonna make them more than what they were, what they should be. And because they end up being agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and they're traitors and shit.
They'll just come out with like a cheesy growing up Luke show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like Young Sheldon.
Yeah, it's like that's exactly the way
Young
Malcolm
Luke.
in the Middle type of shit. You know what I mean?
You see him in grade school.
Please don't do that. Keep it the action, keep it the love of what you guys have been doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the greatest thing that George Lucas did was sell his rights.
I feel like you can. I feel like there could be comedy within the Star Wars universe.
I mean, look at Robot Chicken, bro.
I
was just talking about Robot Chicken.
If done correctly, like you could probably make a comedy spin-off of a Star Wars thing, if it is the right story, the right character, kind of thing like that. There's a lot of things you can do with the Star Wars universe, and like you were saying, like the probably a Rogue Squadron leader or something like that. Right now, I know we're getting Endor, we're getting Ahsoka, we're getting Lando Calrissian is getting a show.
I hope Donald Glover plays.
He is.
That would be amazing.
They're ready.
Definitely watch that.
And then there's a Rogue Squadron show.
Okay.
And then there's
fighter pilots
and that one's being directed by the chick that did Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman.
Okay. But one character I would love, and I was just thinking about it, that Wookiee in Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I would love a show like that because he wouldn't talk.
Yeah.
Everybody else would talk to him, and he would just be action.
Be like Groot.
Yeah. I feel like the adventures of what he goes through, everybody else can add the commentary. He's just the badass person that's in it.
Yeah.
I want to know more about him.
You know, there's again going into a comic reference. I remember, I think I actually, you know what, I think when I got it, I showed you it because it made me laugh a lot. Because I remember this was still during the time when I was still picking up comics. And it was the early times we
I'm
were
still
working.
buying comics like crazy.
I was buying religiously like every Wednesday. And then I kind of stopped.
No, it's costly.
Yeah.
I'm doing it
So
for my business
I
right now.
remember getting I think it was a group comic. It was a Rocket Raccoon and Groot comic, and the whole comic was pretty much Groot's mentality with everything. So you see everything that Groot's trying to say, like in the actual words,
Okay.
but all you see the people see is Groot, I am Groot. But you see him talking about the intellect, like the
Like
grass
he's like a very
master.
intellectual being,
Yeah.
very articulate.
Yeah.
But they only heard.
Yeah, I am Groot. Yeah, but he's talking about the galaxy and the part and like that, and I feel like they could do that with.
That would be really cool because not too many people know Wookiee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Some people do.
Yeah. Well, some people.
But yeah, I
no
wouldn't mind.
Klingon,
There's
that
a lot of
shit's all too.
characters that you can do spin-offs of, and I think it could be interesting. And then there's a lot of characters that like if you throw in there might not hit. So.
I'm excited for Ahsoka, but I want to get in more of the Clone Wars to really know who she is.
Me too. I'm actually looking forward
'Cause
to it.
I know who she is,
Yeah.
but I don't know who she is.
Yeah, and shout out to
Clone Wars would do that for us.
So Slovaki kind of like
Souvlaki?
Souvlaki kind
Oh,
of.
man. Shouts out
Yeah.
to Souvlaki.
He kind of.
You got a shout out
Yeah.
in the cast, bro.
He kind of spoiled the thing to me. Not really spoiling, like not knowing that I haven't watched the show, so I don't give him like he spoiled it on purpose because he didn't know how far I'm into the show or anything like that. But he just explained that like the scene of Boba and Darth, no, Obi-Wan and Darth, and the crack helmet and shit. He said like, oh, it's just like Ahsoka they did in Clone. I was like, why are you telling me this?
But now I'm gonna be looking for that.
And now
in the next 10 seasons
and then
that
I
we
was
gotta go
and then
through.
I was just curious and see what it is, and I'm like, I saw it, I looked at it, and I was like, I'm actually really looking forward to that now, to see that we're going. So I'm glad he kind
But
of
now
said it.
you just ruined that for me. So now
Well, if I got it ruined, then you got it ruined. Simple as that.
It's,
We're probably gonna forget about it by the time we get to that
the thing
point
is,
anyway.
The thing is, the show's been out for so long, and we're
Yeah.
watching it now. It's our fault.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? But then
But,
again, I wasn't
yeah.
into it like
Yeah.
that. Back then.
But there's also the fact that again, like we probably forget it by the time we get there. We probably that's like the
we
final
dive
season.
Down into just the first 11 episodes of the first season's dope, and everybody's like, once you get to like the third, fourth season, the CG gets better, the storytelling gets better. I'm like, the storytelling is better. It's already fucking dope.
Yeah.
I'm already enjoying it very much.
Yeah.
But
So.
I'm excited for that, and we got a ways to go for any other show to come out.
Yep.
I think Ahsoka. I think they're just talking about a release date for that recently.
Yeah, so I think the next one is Endor, and I think that one's in the end of this year. That's the dude from Rogue One, and then Ahsoka is after Mandalorian season 3. So season 3 of Mandalorian is February next year, so Ahsoka will probably be sometime summer next year. And then the mix of all the Marvel shows we're getting and all that shit, so there's always a fucking ton of things.
Hey, listen, man, I'm just happy to continue this and to have content come
Yeah.
out, and that's what's important.
Yeah, and we always like the new content, so we always try
Exactly.
to keep it
I
up.
don't feel like diving back down into the movies.
Yeah.
We've already done that.
Yeah.
I rather new stuff. So.
I love that they characterize this as a space opera.
A space opera?
Yeah.
Obi-Wan?
Yeah.
Or Clone Wars?
Obi-Wan.
A space opera?
A space opera.
How the fuck is it a space? How's it an opera to begin with?
I don't know, but they categorize
There's
it
no
as space opera.
singing. Maybe the dramaticness of it.
I like it.
Because opera is dramatic story in song.
Yeah.
In Italian. That's really what it is.
Yeah, that's true. No one's singing Italian. Anyway. So Obi-Wan Kenobi came out this year. Again, last month actually. Disney Plus. Watch it there. Disney Plus.
It's finished, so you can binge watch it, and it's binge watchable, 1,000%.
Disney Plus.
I'm gonna dive back down into it again.
Give us a sponsor.
Oh yeah, please.
I'll take free Disney Plus.
I get Disney Plus for free because of Verizon.
Yeah. I got other things I get for free.
I agree,
but yeah, but Disney's the one I don't get.
With Marvel and Star Wars, even paying for it, you get your money's worth.
No, 100%.
And Multiverse of Madness just dropped that on that, so everybody go check that one out because that was amazing as well.
All right, so we got our cast. We got Hayden Christensen back as Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader because he was kind of the dude inside the costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was fucking awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. We got Moss Ingram as Reva Savard. We got Rupert Friend as the Inquisitor. We have Indira Varma as Teledarth. Um, we got Flea in this, which was great.
He was only in like
Yeah, he went episode. I was like, oh look, it looks free. James Earl Jones returns as Darth Vader's voice.
Oh my god, I'm so happy he's alive to do it.
Vivian Leigh Blair was Princess Leia. I actually liked her. I thought she was cute.
She was cute.
Yeah.
But I'll talk more into that later. But.
We got O'Shea Jackson,
which is Ice
Jr.
Cube's son, which
Yeah.
he is famous for the Straight Outta Compton movie, portraying his father, and also in Den of Thieves. He was really good in that movie.
Yeah. We got Jimmy Smith back as a senator, Bo Otonga, which pretty much was in the prequels.
Yeah.
So those are like the main people you kind of need to know. Everyone else will come within the episodes when we talk about it. So we go into
A little synopsis. And then we'll
the first episode. When agents of the Empire arrive on the desert planet of Tatooine looking for escaped Jedi Obi-Wan Kenobi, emerges after years of hiding. Meanwhile, young Princess Leia tries to avoid attention of a bounty hunter.
Yeah. Well, now, was Obi-Wan, he willingly went to Tatooine? Because he wasn't asked to watch Luke at this time.
No, well, he took the task of watching Luke, and
but he knew Princess Leia was already.
Princess Leia was there.
Yeah.
He was in the task of watching Luke, so he was watching Luke from afar.
I just wanted to know if he was just being creepy or he was. Actually,
No. He was.
You know what I mean? He's like, I gotta watch.
No. He took the because I think they kept Leia again for the royalty kind of thing. And then Luke was more like he would keep an eye on him and things like that.
She is her mother's daughter.
Yeah.
Which, straight off the first episode, having the flashbacks.
Yeah.
Was refreshing.
Yeah.
Because it really brought the prequels and the good parts of the prequels into this series, which was like a hell of a way to kick it off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get to see an older version of Obi-Wan, which we had the younger one.
Yeah.
And now you get to see him age, and now you can see him becoming that gray-haired 15 years into the future and going into New Hope. But you get to see him, like, really like a shell of himself.
Yeah.
He was just on that meatpacking line.
Yeah.
That was really all he was doing. He was just keeping quiet.
Yeah. Doing his thing, and then
stealing food for his fucking car.
Yeah. And then pretty much Jimmy Smith hit him up, asking him to
take care. You gotta come
save Leia.
Yeah, because they're after her.
Yeah. So.
Which, towards the end of the season, I was okay with the Leia thing. I thought it was kind of a cop-out a little bit in the beginning.
Okay.
Having, like, Princess Leia be, like, a focal point in it, and she's, like, a child. I mean, it's fun and it's refreshing. It took till, like, the last episode, really, for me to be, like, I accept it.
Yeah.
Because of the last scene when he talked to her, which makes sense for New Hope.
Yeah.
You know, that tie in with that. So, but in the beginning, this first episode, I'm like, why is fucking Princess Leia in this? You know what I mean? It kind of, to me, was like, I mean, I was glued into it immediately because I've been waiting for this. But that was the one thing that was in the back of my head. It's like, why do we have fucking Princess Leia in this? You know what I mean? Like,
I didn't mind it. Like, again, I kind of, early on, I was like, alright. So pretty much this kind of showcases that Leia has met Obi-Wan Kenobi before. Which makes sense of why she will ask him for help.
Exactly. You're our only hope.
Yeah. So
he's helped before.
Yeah. So that's the reason why I was like, okay, I get that. I didn't mind the girl as her. She kind of actually had.
She had a little S to her.
Yeah.
She had the little feistiness of her mother too.
Yeah. She kind of reminded me of.
She had Padme in her.
Yeah. She reminded me of Natalie Portman's. Like, a lot. So basically, even the look kind of reminded me of Natalie Portman. So I was like. It looks like her mom.
Yeah.
For her. I thought that was cool.
She was a good actress too. Yeah. I thought she killed it for a little kid.
I liked the world they created. I liked the second sister, and I kind of liked the pretty much the the Imperial people that they're having like the Sith
Yeah.
Lords and shit. And
Alderaan, right?
yeah,
That's where they're from.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of dug that. I kind of liked the suits and shit like that. A lot of people were complaining about the chick, and I thought she was great in the show. Like I don't know why people were really
Like the fucking
just like
complain
that.
about shit.
People were complaining,
Talking
oh,
about
she
the black
why?
girl, right?
Yeah, and like why she's so angry. But I was like, yo, they explained why she was angry.
Yeah,
I'll
give
be
it fucking time.
yeah.
Let the show progress.
But I thought she was great in it. Like
Now,
I on the other, I
The
actually
Grand
she was great.
Inquisitor,
Yeah,
he looked fucking dope.
he looked crazy.
He was very, and I don't mean symbiote in the sense of Marvel. I'm talking about in the sense of the world of Hellraiser.
Yeah.
He is a symbiote from Hellraiser. He
Yeah,
looks like one of them. One of
yeah.
those torturous hell beings
Like him
that
and-
just want to pull you apart piece
Like
by
him
piece.
and the Asian one looked like two people from Hellraiser.
Yeah,
and shit.
straight up, bro.
Yeah.
And they are called symbiotes
Yeah,
there. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Or symbiotes. One of the
No,
two.
symbiotes. Yeah,
Symbiotes,
yeah.
yeah.
I can't remember that.
But-
All right.
Which
Oh.
is great series movies.
Yeah.
Once you get past the third one, it gets a little downhill. But
Yeah.
I would on the Popcorny podcast, we will probably be diving down into that
Yeah.
further. One of these days. So yeah, first episode was basically an introduction.
Yeah.
We didn't even know Darth Vader was going on.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean, it's just find Leia, protect her, and then you got to see him dig up his lightsaber.
Yeah.
And he's like, boom, I'm back in action on another adventure.
Yeah. Loki singing.
She loved the show.
Episode 2, Obi-Wan travels to planet Alderaan to uncover a conspiracy relating the Skywalker children. However, Obi-Wan quickly becomes a target of both criminal underworld and Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, they were seeking him out hardcore. And we didn't know why she was doing it.
Yeah.
Which was crazy, because I'm sitting there like, why is she so adamant about finding him? What the fuck did he do?
Yeah.
And then I started jogging in my head. Like, I kind of was in the early episodes, was really thinking that she was a youngling.
Yeah.
Because she had the power of the Force.
Yeah.
She showed that she had the power of the Force.
Yeah, and also she was the kind of only like really human-looking one.
Yeah,
like
well,
everyone
everybody
was
is
like, yeah.
fucking symbiotes from hell.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I mean?
exactly. So yeah.
I love their lightsabers though.
Yeah.
Their
All
lightsabers
the
was
circle
dope as
shit.
bro.
Yeah.
They were really cool.
And it could go into twos.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're pretty dope. They introduced that in Fallen Order too. Fallen Order had that, and that's actually really cool.
I still haven't finished that game. Man.
Yeah.
I think one day I have to really just dive.
The crazy
into
thing
it.
is, so Fallen Order kind of connects in this timeline. Just the
Okay.
fact that they're maybe months apart
Okay.
from this time.
Yeah,
because-
Darth Vader is in that
yeah.
game, right?
Yeah, in the end, you kind of go across Darth Vader, and so and Kalos, Kalos or whatever his name is, he exists in this
So
world.
this timeline, no matter what, is after Revenge of the Sith and before
New
New
Hope.
Hope.
Yeah. So and right before Rogue One.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So before Rogue One, which
Before
is
Rogue One,
literally
yeah.
days before New
Yeah.
Hope.
So Fallen Order is probably Fallen Order takes place right during the Order 66 happened,
Okay.
and then this is about I think it was 5 years after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Rogue One.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's days before,
Yeah.
because they talked about in A New Hope of the destruction of that
Yeah.
planet.
Yeah. So
They're doing a great job of tying things in.
yeah.
It's making it fun. It's
Yeah.
making it fresh.
Yeah, I agree. Part 3. With the kidnapped princess now by his side, Obi-Wan attempts to search for allies. However, he attracts the attention of not only the Empire, but also one of his oldest friends.
Well, we had that one guy that was pretending to
Oh,
be a
the
Jedi.
dude from Eternals, yeah.
Yeah, it was funny, bro.
He was actually pretty
I
funny.
actually really enjoyed it. He was a pleasant surprise in the
Yeah.
show, his character, because I didn't expect him to be. And so in that episode, he's swindling people,
Yeah.
pretending to be a Jedi
Yeah,
to give safe passage to people.
yeah,
And he obviously, Obi-Wan, who is Force sensitive, notices that he's a fucking fraud.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But at the same time, he still helps him.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because I feel like he would just always wanted to be that.
yeah,
and then now he finally is in the midst of one of the greatest Jedi's ever, arguably. You know what I mean? Obi-Wan Kenobi,
Yeah.
even though he was the guy who let down Anakin. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? He chopped his legs
Man,
off.
Anakin did it to himself.
Yeah, well, that's what you get for being a little.
There you go. There you go. I did like this episode. I did like our first appearance of Darth Vader in the show.
Yeah. Oh my God, that fucking scene.
Mm-hmm.
So this has been a long time coming because the only time we ever really got a hint of the actual power of Darth Vader is in Rogue One.
Yeah.
Now, in the original trilogy, he didn't really move around too much.
Yeah.
He didn't even really have too many fighting scenes. It was
No.
animatronic.
Yeah.
Very slow. This in Rogue One, we got the Darth Vader we wanted, and it's probably the greatest end scene in Star Wars history. You know what I mean? Which now, arguably, I think this might fight that.
Nah, the last two episodes are definitely the last two episodes.
Would fight that.
Yeah.
It would put, for me, because Revenge of the Sith is like, to me, before this happened, it was Rogue One and Revenge of the Sith, the endings were the greatest endings for Star Wars. Because you got to see the dramaticness of it. So, knowing what we saw in Rogue One and him coming off of the ship, just forceful.
Yeah.
And just walked in and broke a kid's neck in seconds.
Yeah.
It was fucking loud. My mouth dropped. I had chills. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
It's a fucking, this is what we want.
Yeah.
This is the vengeful.
It was crazy. It was a really crazy scene. And then you actually saw him like kind of going through a bunch of people as well. So basically, you actually see the action scenes and stuff like that. It kind of also goes into the past. You see him going through the past of killing the younglings and stuff like that.
And then we finally get the task of what's her face, the girl.
Yeah.
What she originally was going to do.
The third sister.
Yeah, the third sister was to please Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Was to get Obi-Wan for Darth Vader. Darth Vader asked her to do it.
All right.
Which that scene when she's looking for Obi-Wan, and then that first, like he sensed each other, and then you heard their.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro! It was just so cool. It really was, bro.
It was
this
cool.
this was a flawless series. Well, not 100% flawless, but
no, this was really
damn
good.
near.
Yeah.
So good storytelling.
Episode 4 was Obi-Wan and Tyler infiltrated the Inquisitor's stronghold to rescue the captured Leia, the third sister, and the remaining Inquisitors attempt to prove their worth to Darth Vader by finally hunting down Kenobi.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of good fighting scenes in this episode.
We got a little couple dog fights. And
yeah.
This is when they were trying to shoot down the ship.
Yeah,
because they were flying in, and then he gets captured, and then he talks to her.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, we found out that she was a youngling.
Yeah. You're right.
We're on the 4th episode right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we found out she's a youngling, and we got a little glimpse of what she saw.
Yeah.
Saw, the crazed fucking Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
Fresh in the world of the dark side, being overpowered. You know what I mean? With the most horrible CG though. That's like the main. So, and I mentioned this in the beginning. The CG they've been trying to make. They're trying to put a CG face on an old person thing. I said it on one of my popcorning podcasts. You can't do that with old people like that, man. You know what I mean? It's like think of The Irishman, and Robert De Niro, who's 80 years old, and you try to make his face look young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't fit. It doesn't work. You're still an old person's body. You know what I mean? You still saw the wrinkles in his fucking forehead when he didn't have that. But it's regardless of that, it was still great to see that, and I knew it. I had that feeling from the beginning that she was a youngling.
Yeah.
I just didn't know what she was attempting to do.
Yeah.
I thought that she was like hardcore dark side.
Yeah.
And in reality, she wasn't.
It started showing like chinks in her armor kind of thing.
Yeah.
During this thing, I think this is the one that he grabbed the ship down, right?
Yeah, and he fought her.
Yeah.
Which was an amazing fight scene.
Yes.
Because he's like, how dare you?
Yeah.
Think that I wouldn't know.
I thought that was later though.
I thought it was this episode.
No, it's fifth. It's the next
No, because he
episode.
stabs her in this.
He stabs her.
And then the fifth, he goes. You sure?
Yeah, I think we were one episode.
Oh, bro, I'm waiting to get to that.
So the fifth episode is when he brings down the ship.
Yeah.
They had a fake.
Oh, the girl.
Yes.
She sacrifices herself.
Yeah.
So, what she did was led them to one of the hiding places. Basically, it's like the underground railroad for Jedi.
Yeah.
That's basically really what it was.
Yeah.
Like you go to certain planets and there's certain hiding areas. And they brought them there, and Darth Vader came and
So they could fix the ships and stuff like that, and he didn't have enough time to fix the ship. He didn't have enough time. So there was a dogfight. You were correct with that. So they didn't have time to fix the ship. So this is the fifth episode is when they're fixing the ships.
It has to be a dogfight.
And everyone,
Star Wars. It's part of space.
And then they made it like a proxy.
Yeah.
Going into it, and that's the one Vader took down, and then the other one went up.
Oh, we got introduced to that the loading droid.
Yeah.
That doesn't show his emotions.
Yeah.
But he shows it in action.
Yes.
Which was fucking awesome.
I liked him. He looked cool too.
It's funny because, and I was thinking during the episodes, when it comes to droids, like in Star Wars, there's a huge, like one-sided love and a huge one-sided hate for droids. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't like the droids, don't trust the droids. But then a lot of people use them for their tasks. And each droid ends up, for some reason, having some type of humanity to it. Some type of human-esque to it that makes it relatable. Like, look at BB-8. It's a droid, but it stole everybody's fucking hearts. Look at R2-D2, who is the clinch droid in all of the universe.
He's seen some shit.
Where you have a one droid, a C-3PO, who is more human than anything and won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but that gives it its human even though it's an inanimate object. So we got this loader one who couldn't talk, but he did the action and he stood in front and died for them, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. And then you had the little flying thing that Leia had too.
Corrupted.
Got corrupted and fucked up.
But that whole scene with Darth Vader in the ship.
Yeah, that was where. See, this is.
God.
So, again, you went ahead of yourself in talking about that scene. I was like, yeah, that wasn't that episode. It was going to the last one because I remember him bringing that ship down, and I was actually showing the power. Because you never really see him actually do the extreme shit like that.
Well, you saw him choke people across the galaxy.
Yeah, but not like take a whole ship down.
The only time that we saw that was in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
When she tried to take down the ship.
Yeah.
And then the bolt of lightning came out of her hand, which showed that she was part of fucking the Emperor's line. You know? We didn't know the extent at the time. Yeah. That was the first time that we saw that. I
think we're going into the 5th and 6th episodes. Those were, I think, the two top-notch episodes. They led into each other. They were action-packed. They had very good story. They had very good, even a lot of shit that got you sad, got you excited. Got a lot of shit going.
It had a lot of nods to the new trilogy too. Kind of the feels of like the Stones and like that battle scene. Like not necessarily to the story of it, but like the way it was filmed. Seeing how the Force works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You didn't see in the other movies like dramatic force using. You know what I mean? You saw little small stuff in fights, choking.
See it more in the video games than you actually see in the movies.
But like to see like the full realm of the Force, because Obi-Wan Kenobi's been battling with his own mortality. Yeah. This whole time he's been sitting there thinking like, I'm not good enough. I lost the Force. It's gone. It's like, no, you just lost your way a little bit, and you needed that little spark. Yeah. And Leia's the one that brought it back to him. You know what I mean? It gave him purpose again. And this fighting scene, which now before the fight scene with him, I think that was the fight with him and her.
Him and her, and that's when he stabbed
her. Was amazing.
Yes.
And she goes up because he takes down the ship.
Yeah.
I know he takes down the ship, and then she comes up behind him.
Yeah.
And he's like, child, like, what? You didn't think I fucking knew?
Yeah.
Like, how dare you think that
was one thing I loved
so
about
smart,
that.
Bro. He's like, he pawned her to get what he wanted, but gave her the respect of a fair fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she came at him with you know, basically everything she had.
Yeah.
With the two-sided circular lightsaber, and he broke it in half and handed it to her. Like, there you go. You want a piece at the fucking crown?
Yeah.
Let's go. Oh, bro, it was just so good.
It was good.
It was so good. What I really, really liked in the fight scenes was the use of the Force while fighting with a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Because especially in like Fallen Order,
Yeah.
it's a lot of that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
need to use the Force
yeah,
in order to
exactly.
strategically win.
Yeah.
And you never seen that in any other movie.
No.
Why didn't Quan Jin and fucking and do that to Darth Maul? Why didn't they do that to him? Why didn't they use the Force? It makes me raise more questions.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you use your full potential? Yoda's the only one that fucking did that shit.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And you saw that in Clone Wars.
Yeah. Well, I guess we see it in Clone Wars. You'll see them use their full potential.
You know what I mean? Like, what's more powerful
Yeah, in the movies
than
they
being
didn't
able
get
to
that.
defend yourself with a lightsaber and then blow them away and then having the upper hand like
Yeah,
that?
I did like this. The last two episodes, I definitely will say were the best two episodes, and the fight scene was great. Him fucking just telling her, "Oh, I knew you were who you were the whole time."
Like, youngling.
I was using you the whole
God,
time.
Just the fact that James Earl Jones is
And-
still alive to reprise the
Yeah.
role of Mufasa
Yeah.
and fucking Darth Vader, those are his two
Yeah,
main things that he's known for.
that is true. And where was it?
Field of Dreams. Coming to
The
America?
what was it? Verizon commercial. The Verizon. He used to be a big
Yeah,
Bell Atlantic or something like
Bell
that.
Atlantic.
Yeah.
I just ran through.
I think it was Simpsons. I think Simpsons had when Bleeding Gums Murphy died. They had all the James Earl Jones voices come out in the sky to say goodbye to him as well.
I mean, I'm not too savvy in the Simpsons world.
Because he talked Bleeding Gums Murphy in the Simpsons.
I just recently ran through. I'm on the last season now, just because I've been bored. So I went through the Big Bang Theory again.
Yeah.
And there's an episode with James Earl Jones and he befriends Sheldon, and they just have fun ding dong ditching Carrie Fisher's house.
Yeah.
It's just cool to see him like be 90 years old and still fucking doing it. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't need to do anything. He's got one of those voices that stand the test of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that was really cool. And then we go to the season finale, and the epic battle between Obi-Wan and him. So I saw it before you did, and I was just when I saw
You were
a
sitting
scene.
next to me.
So when I
And
saw,
you looked at me
yeah,
like, you are going to like this.
yeah,
Here's two things in this fucking episode that you are going to like.
yeah. That I said you're gonna pop on. Like I was like, yo, you're gonna like when they do these things. I know for a fact you're gonna love that. And they did this big battle scene. It was really great. They were using the Force against each other. They were throwing dirt at each other. They were doing like that. It was
This
really
was the
cool.
significant moment where the Force was fully back with
Yeah.
Obi-Wan and more powerful than ever.
Yeah,
So like when he pummeled him with all the rocks and
Yeah.
covered him, he actually didn't get covered. He used the
Yeah.
Force to force it off of him a little bit to then crush him. Did you
and
believe
that was the reason why he went back to fight Darth Vader was because they were attacking the spaceship, and he was like, "Let me go,
Yeah,
and you guys
he's
re-
more focused on
yeah.
me than he is.
and
you.
he'll follow
Let
me
me
instead
go
of
martyr
you."
myself.
Yeah,
Get you guys the fuck out, and it worked.
yeah, 100%.
Flawlessly. The second he saw the ship going, Darth Vader's like,
Fuck them. Let's go.
fuck everybody else. Give me that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because he's bent on revenge.
Yeah,
Not realizing still the clouded fucking brain of fucking Anakin Skywalker.
yeah,
Blaming everything on everybody else but yourself.
yeah,
You single-handedly did this to yourself.
yeah,
If you would have shut the fuck up and stood in line, you would have been fine.
yeah.
None of this would have happened.
No, you gotta be a little bitch.
But it's the butterfly effect, man. It really is. Can't go back.
So you get into the big fight scene, and there's a big strike to the fucking helmet, and then you see half of hitting Christian's face. And this, we have a thing with, especially with Morphin Kaz, when people get their helmet busted.
It's
That's
pretty
like
tough.
some of our favorite scenes
Oh,
is when
yeah.
someone gets their
Wes.
helmet busted. Yeah.
Also, I think the Titanium Ranger.
Yeah,
And,
And then also
Lightspeed
the
Rescue.
and then the Sentais.
Yeah. Oh,
the
yeah.
Sentai's
Sentai's
definitely.
been flawless.
So when I saw that, that's what the first thing I thought about was the Sentais, and then was
See-
like, but then the extra thing they did was the mixture of the voices,
God, that was the greatest thing I ever saw in my life.
and it was done so properly well, and I had to give it credit. I was like, fuck, that was so
to
fucking
see
good.
Hayden Christensen actually in the suit.
Yeah. Well, you see him in the beginning.
Yes,
But this is when you actually see him actually talking and interacting in the
and
suit.
he's talking to Obi-Wan, and
Yeah.
Obi-Wan is still, I'm sorry, Anakin, I'm sorry. He's like, I didn't kill you, you know what I mean? And then, which to me, I feel like they should make a shirt out of this.
Yeah.
It's like, you didn't kill me, I killed him.
Yeah.
It was Darth Vader talking how he killed Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
So his mental switched. The dark side took over his brain. The
Yeah.
dark side was Darth Vader. And whatever humane thing that was left into him of Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader murdered.
Yeah.
And the acknowledgement of that. Even though it's in like the fourth person, I think,
Yeah.
right? I think it would be the fourth person.
Yeah.
Because you, speaking of yourself, would be the third person. But if your counterpart in his schizophrenic side referred to you, that I feel like that would be the fourth person.
It'd still
right?
be the third person.
I feel like because it's two people. So it would be the fourth person. You can speak of yourself in the third person. Say, hey, Tenacious T is this, Tenacious T is that.
Okay, so yeah.
But if it's Darth Vader talking about Anakin Skywalker, I feel like that would be the fourth person.
Yeah, because then he has a new name.
Because he's also a different person.
He's a different name, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but yes, the in and out of the voice,
Yeah.
so well done.
It was good.
So genius.
Yeah.
Having Anakin's voice, you can still hear the cry of him.
Yeah,
You know
you
what I
still
mean?
heard like the little bitch part of
The
him.
whining, hurt heart, blaming everybody else, and then Darth Vader, like, you can see the battle between the two as well.
In the eyes, and everything like that.
Even at the end of it, when he gets all fixed up and everything, he has a conversation with the Emperor.
Yeah.
The Emperor is even questioning him now, like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Because you're teetering the line. He's like,
Yeah.
no, Anakin's dead. Don't worry
Yeah.
about him. I got this. And then we go on to the history of Star Wars and the whole reason why we're sitting here today.
The last, I'll say, out of the whole show, those last two episodes were like that was probably the first series, probably before Mandalorian, or well, right after Mandalorian. That last two episodes I had to watch twice. I had to rewatch them right after.
I didn't, but I'm gonna rewatch the whole show. Again.
Yeah, I had to rewatch those. Like the last episode, I rewatched twice. So I watched it on the phone when I was at work, and then I got home and I was like, yeah, I gotta watch that shit.
So now this
on
might
my
be a
TV.
bold statement, but I'm full of bold statements, and I don't give a shit. That split helmet and in and out talk.
Yeah.
Is the best scene ever.
It's probably one of my favorite scenes.
I hands down think that is the greatest scene, the greatest interaction of Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi, or just Darth Vader in general.
Nah, I agree.
It would go with that, and then the Rogue One, and then Revenge of the Sith, because Rogue One was number one.
Yeah.
And I think this surpassed Rogue One. It did its job.
Yeah. I think it did its job. I think it did a great job in actually selling that point too of him changing in that whole Darth Vader thing, like going directly into the Darth Vader mentality kind of shit.
Now, that the Grand, what's it called?
The Grand Inquisitors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't die.
None of them
I thought
did.
he did die.
He had like 8 hearts.
Oh yeah, he's like.
He only started with one.
Didn't make sense. That slipped my mind. That just popped in my head.
Because
at the end of it, he popped in and was like, "Revenge is something to keeping you pushing." Basically, it's like revenge is a great motivator.
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm back, bitch."
I liked this series. I think they did a good job.
Do you think it was a little too short, or do you think it was good?
I think with the ending they had, I think it was. It was.
Well, yeah,
I feel like they told the story good enough that with the last 2 episodes the way it ended, I think it was fine. I think it was 6 episodes was fine. Could they add more? Maybe, but who knows if it would have got boring or not, especially during the times, when they start getting the filler shit and they still have to fill things up. I think they did a good job, and I also think when they actually showed the flashback of him training with Anakin, and that actually came about to play in the last fight scene too, because the thing that he used to always catch Anakin with in that fight scene, he caught Vader with in that fight scene.
I'm surprised he didn't sense Leia.
Because Leia's not. So, I think he never felt Leia before.
He didn't feel Leia until Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
That's when he was like, "All right, I don't need you.
Yeah.
There's another one."
Yeah, he doesn't. So, Vader doesn't have a clue if the kids are alive or not. At this moment, he doesn't know they're alive.
Yeah. They thought that
Yeah.
he was told that the kids died in birth
Yeah, yeah.
with
Exactly. And when he was going after Luke Skywalker, or going towards that and sensing him, that's when he found it. When he sensed Luke Skywalker wasn't even Skywalker; it was Ben Kenobi with him. That's who he sensed. He had never sensed Luke before, until he actually met him in Empire Strike Back.
Oh man, it's so good, man.
I think they did a good job. I think I was very happy with this.
I just read something recently. I think it was yesterday actually. Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen want a season 2.
They should.
They're pushing for a season 2.
They-
They're like, yo, we're not done yet.
I will take a season 2 of this. I will take a solo.
Movie. I'll take a movie.
I will take a solo thing of Darth Vader.
Please, that's what we've been saying
Yeah.
forever.
I will take a solo thing of
If
Darth
you
Vader
notice the things that we conjure up
Yeah.
are fucking coming to fruition.
because if you actually, even Marvel did a good job in telling a story of Darth Vader.
I would love a Darth Vader movie though.
Yeah.
A show would be cool. Let's get a movie.
I think the thing with the shows that I think makes more sense is the fact that you have more time to tell a story. As in movie, you have to have a certain thing, then the middle,
Would a
then.
Darth Vader movie get you in to see it at the movie theaters?
Oh, get me. No matter what, like Star Wars wise, I'm going to line up seeing
It's a
it.
win-win no matter
But
what
I
it is.
think you could tell a better story having it in the show, though.
I mean, it will give you time to build.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. But
And then
make it solid hour episodes.
Yeah.
Make it like 10. Like I want to see the battle in his head.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I want to see his point of view of how he's
I think
feeling.
there's a lot of things they could do, and I think
we see the outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't see what the inside is happening.
Yeah.
We never have. You see it. You
So-
sensed it a little bit when
Yeah.
he's about his mom and stuff like that and Admi, you know,
Yeah.
Padme and stuff.
yeah.
Amidala.
But there's a lot of
Saw
things they could show
but
that.
You didn't see
Yeah.
what's inside his fucking head, what's jogging back and forth. The battle between Darth Vader. He
Yeah.
probably went schizophrenic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And maybe Anakin was still there,
Yeah.
fighting in his head. Like it'd be dope to see something like
Yeah. It'd be interesting. But
Let's get that movie that
they-
we always wanted.
they're already talking about season 2 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. They are talking. There's been little talks about the Darth Vader thing, a project. So we don't know if it's gonna be a TV show or a movie. But
Let us get a Darth Maul series. I would watch that.
Maul would be good. They originally wanted one before, but
And the guy still has it. He still moves.
he got a lot of trouble too.
I understand, but still, the thing about America is that everything is so short-termed. Everybody
Yeah.
has short-term memory loss.
But as of right now, it don't look good for him right now, especially because of the whole shit with the Flash and all that shit. I'd be like, nah, man.
I'm just saying.
Good. You know what
They
though?
drop something, the whole world's gonna forget about
But
it.
you know what though? What I've been reading and what a lot of people have been telling me is that you get a really good Darth Maul story in Clone Wars.
Because we didn't get.
Yeah, they explain the heritage and his culture a lot in that one. You actually get a brief of it in Fallen Order as well.
We got a lot of things to look forward to.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to where Clone Wars goes. I hear things from other people who've seen
Yeah.
it, and is completely surprised that I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But then I just tell them everything that I always say to everybody.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up watching Star Wars.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, you're
I
kind of
am
just
fully
there for
invested
it.
in it for the last 15 years of my life.
Alright, so 1 out of 5, what you give the series?
Well, I told fucking Marco that I gave it like a 4 or 5, but
4 or
it's
5.
like a 4 or 8.
Um,
It's really good. The only thing that pisses me off is the CG. The CG of the face of Anakin Skywalker.
yeah,
That is the only thing that I can really nitpick about.
he couldn't
And
get
then
rid
the
of them bags.
and then the Leia thing. The Leia thing, but the last episode where he actually gave the flowers
Yeah.
to Padme.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, you are your mother's daughter.
yeah,
You have the strength of her. You have,
yeah,
you know, the command of her, the power of her, and then you also have the passion
Yeah.
of your father, which was also a dope nod
yeah,
to the remembrance of Anakin, because
Yeah.
Anakin wasn't always bad.
yeah. He wasn't.
It
He
was
had
the
a lot
dark
of heart.
side that took over him, and for Obi-Wan to not shame her father in front of her
Yeah.
is a very noble thing.
No, 100%.
You don't do that,
He
and that
wanted
goes with life.
he wanted him to he wanted her to remember him
Or know
as
of
his friend.
the idea
His friend.
of him being
Of what?
passionate,
Yeah.
good person.
He wanted her to know Obi-Wan was his friend.
Which I thought was a powerful moment, and that moment okayed the rest of Leia for me.
And then the last final scene is what supposedly is the first blue ghost we get in the Star Wars series.
Oh my god, it was so cool,
with
bro.
Liam Neeson returning as Quan Jinn.
Yes. It's like, where have you been? It's like,
Yeah.
I didn't think you'd ever show up.
Yeah.
He's like, I've always been here. You just weren't ready.
So
We got a lot to learn.
yeah,
We've got
exactly.
more to go.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, bro, Quan Jinn.
Yeah, I was happy to see him as well. Which the people that are doing the Clone Wars series, the same animation thing, they're going to do Quan Jinn's story.
You know, there was absolutely not a single reference to Yoda in this fucking series.
No.
Not a single one. And I was looking for it.
Yeah.
I was looking for it. Because Yoda's alive. He's out there.
Yoda's alive, and I think that's the reason why they probably did not mention him, is the fact that he kind of went hiding and don't want to be known, and I think that's why it probably was never brought up either.
Yeah.
And then also, I don't think Obi-Wan knew where he went either, because they were together when he left.
And I think that Grogu,
Grogu.
he probably is being born right now.
Yeah.
If you want to tie that in. So I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
Because Grogu
Yoda,
was 50 years old.
Yoda hung out in his planet's
Baby
strip
Yoda
clubs.
is 50 years old
Yeah.
in Mandalorian.
And
which would tie
Mandalorian
him in
after
to
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the...
He's
well,
after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, but 50 years.
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi, that's 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Mandalorian?
So there's
Yeah.
45 years before that.
Yeah.
So we're looking at the prequel times when Baby Yoda's being born.
That is true. So yeah, probably during this time.
So I'm just tying it
Yeah.
all in together. You know what I mean?
Who's his daddy?
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Yeah.
What would you give it?
I'm gonna go 4 or 5.
Well,
I'm gonna go
5
4 or
is,
5.
is a reasonable thing. I just love the NC the fucking
Last 2
hunt
episodes,
scene, bro.
fantastic. Yeah. Last 2 episodes won the series for me. It started off a little slow, but it did pick up really fast, and I kind of saw where it was going, and I liked it where it was going. I thought the acting was great. I thought the characters they brought in were great as well. It was missing little things here and there, but other than that, like I can't give it too low of a score because it was good, and those last 2 episodes really sold me onto it, and really actually this is the first time I actually like Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader because I could stand him throughout the whole trilogy.
I liked him.
I did not.
The worst part of Hayden Christensen was the Lucas cuts.
Yeah.
Seeing him at the end of Return of the
Yeah,
Jedi.
yeah.
And you didn't even know who the hell he was. Like, who the fuck is that guy?
Like, who's that? Why do you look so young?
He wasn't there in the last one that I saw.
He was in there in the 70s. He
You know
lied.
what I mean? Like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But to see him in the suit, actually physically in the suit,
Yeah.
to see him in the vengeful
Yeah.
part, because now in the original trilogy, he's more calm.
Yeah.
He's not emotional like that. He just, I have no tolerance for your
Yeah.
choke you. Done. I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
This one, he's still battling
Yeah.
everything, and this is his first encounter.
Yeah.
He's got his legs cut off and engulfed in lava.
It was cool. Yeah. It was a good series,
You
though.
got to see him breathing.
Yeah.
Hardcore in between, realizing
Yeah.
that it's the helmet that makes the voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't him.
Yeah.
Because I had a thing on my popcorn
Yeah.
cast. It's like, it's funny how he gets his legs cut off and he gets put into the suit, and all of a sudden the first thing that pops up is a black man's voice. It's fucking, I mean, it's funny to me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
James Earl Jones pops out
Yeah.
of that,
Yeah.
which is fucking dope.
That's true. So yeah. Good series.
Great series.
Definitely check it out. Disney Plus. Go watch it. 6 episodes. Doesn't last long. It's about a length of the Snyder Cut Justice League.
See, in the beginning of Disney Plus, I'm skeptical about it.
Yeah.
Like Disney, I'm like, I don't want to watch fucking Homeward Bound all the time, and Disney, but Disney's best thing that they ever did was buy the Star Wars franchise and buy into Marvel.
Yeah.
Because now you have content forever.
I bet you still haven't watched Homeward Bound since you bought Disney
I
Plus.
have a niece.
You did then.
I've seen it many times.
Okay, done.
But then I watched Lion King to the point
Yeah.
that I don't care to watch Lion King
Yeah,
anymore.
Lion
You know
King.
what I mean?
Yes.
But
Um.
I'm very happy that they've expanded their resume to the point
Yeah.
that you have the kids side of Disney, the family side of Disney, and now like the action-packed
Yeah.
pop culture
Yeah.
Disney. They're doing great.
Yeah.
Keep
Keep
doing
it
their
up.
thing.
Keep it up. And they putting that money into good space. So.
Thank you, George Lucas, for selling shit.
Yeah.
I wonder what George Lucas thinks of Obi-Wan. Because I didn't
He loved it.
anything. He loved it.
He
liked
loved it. Yeah.
He hated Rogue One.
He hated Rogue One because they made sense of his story.
Like fuck. I didn't want that.
God damn it, they made sense of
They did
it.
something that was better.
Shoutouts to Gary Ritter. That's the guy that wrote Rogue One. He's on a podcast I listen to all the time called Kind of Funny Games, and he's a big game person. He actually writes a lot of games and shit. He also wrote Book of Eli.
Okay.
So he wrote those. He might be coming back to write the Rogue Squadron movie. The Rogue Squadron series.
Rogue Squadron, that was a video game.
Yeah.
It was for
Yeah. 64.
and GameCube.
GameCube 64.
GameCube, yeah.
Well, Rogue Leader was 64. Then it became Rogue Squadron for GameCube. Those were good games.
Interesting.
Yes.
A lot of stuff. I'm intrigued to see what the future holds, man.
Yeah.
It looks good. It looks good. And the fact that you're getting enjoyment out of this.
Yeah.
And when we started this cast, you weren't really that big into Star Wars. And I think that with the evolution of what we're going through with the Mandalorian, with the newer stuff, yeah, you hit and miss with the Skywalker trilogy, but it's making you a fan.
I think.
I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying that because you brought this opportunity to me because you knew that I was happy. I
Hey, there's something we needed. We added more for it, so we're good to go, and I'm enjoying it. I'll tell you this straight out. I have more fun watching all the TV series more than I watched the movies.
Oh, the movies you've had gripes.
Yeah. I have a lot of gripes for the movies.
Left and right. Rightfully so, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you see it past the nostalgic of it.
But it's not like. But I will never say they're not enjoyable. But as a story arc, a story person, like I like to listen and actually indulge in the story. There's a lot of bad things in the story.
Yeah.
But other than that, like again, I'm loving the TV series. Mandalorian kind of brought my love back for it because I think Mandalorian was so different,
You're finally
but great.
getting the fucking the Razor Crest.
Yes, I am.
3 years later.
I might do well, I don't know
No,
because
you
I
won't
might
sell
sell
it.
it. So if I sell it, I can't
Yeah,
box it. But
But one thing, and I said this in my other cast, Star Wars is the true definition of standing the test of time.
yeah,
Star Wars has been here since '77, and there is no end in sight.
yeah.
It is.
I think it's bigger now than
that
ever.
we can share with 4 different generations of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With our grandparents, with our parents, us, and then the new future
I
generation.
personally have watched the Star Wars stuff with my godson, with my nieces.
And that's magical right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's
That
something.
is
It's
what
just
it's about.
it stands the test of time.
It's the definition of pop culture
Yeah.
standing the test of time. It's like Mickey Mouse. Mickey
Yeah.
Mouse ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though he should. Because I never liked Mickey Mouse ever.
But yeah, it goes to show that it stands the test of time. It's still, I think, is as big as it's ever been.
And as we advance in technology, that future seems more foreseeable
Yeah.
than anything.
Because you have the guy, the Tatia Witty, whatever his name is. So he's directing the next movie. And then we're getting
Is it a movie or
a movie.
trilogy?
He's doing a movie.
Okay. Which
And
is
then
awesome, so.
and then we're getting a new trilogy by Matt Reeves.
Okay, that's interesting right there.
So I'm very interested
no
to see
more
where
JJ,
they go with that.
right?
No more JJ.
JJ
So.
get that.
I honestly, I think if they went with J.J. Abrams to do the whole 3,
Yeah.
I think the movies would have been better than him just doing the
Yeah,
one.
it's him telling stories it's like Schneider stopping and
Yeah.
then somebody else hopping in to do the Justice League.
Yeah, look what happened.
Exactly. We showed that Snyder's view and vision was a million times better.
Slightly better. No, you're dead.
Those are two completely different movies.
They are completely different
Completely
movies.
different
Yes, they
movies.
are.
And I don't think I could ever watch the original theatrical order of Justice League. You have to watch.
I can't watch it.
You can't go backwards.
I can't watch it.
It was eternal sunshine of the spotless mind.
Like, don't forget that one.
It's never existed.
They should just stop selling that one. Like, take it out of HBO Max. Just don't.
Yeah, no, don't. You don't ever show that again.
Yeah, just like
exit it out of history.
Yeah. So like then my DVD will come be worth money and I could just sell it.
No, disintegrate because it never happened.
Oh man, be in the dust.
Oh man, this was good. So.
All right. So I guess we'll wrap this up. This is not a Trekkie podcast. I'm Mark with the mic. Follow me. Follow this cast. The easiest way to get it is on Spotify. Red Cycling Inc. We have all our casts. We have our monthly Gets Better I Swear, Shell Shock, the Morphin Cast, and the Game of Rage podcast. They all had new episodes this month, so definitely check out all those episodes. And check out our weekly Gets Better I Swear podcast and the Wrestling Babble. Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch. All Mark with the mic. Follow Tenacious T.
Yes, you can follow me at Tenacious T RC Inc. on Twitter. You can also follow me on my own personal Instagram page, Tots_Guwap. Follow my Popcorny podcast on Spotify and SoundCloud. We just released our
And
third
Instagram.
episode of that. The Merc with the Mic is part of the COC, which is now called, it's our pop culture draft, which is called the Clash of, the reason why I named it COC is because it's so hard to say, the Clash of Classics.
Clash of Classics.
Where we do a pop culture draft of 15 street characters, 7 world characters, and 3 cosmic characters, and then we place them up to battle against each other, and the consensus of people decide who is the winner. So check out for that. Check out the Popcorny 1975 Instagram page itself. Soon we'll be releasing our footage of,
of the YouTube
Star Wars
exhibit
that we just recently went to, which
Yep.
was pretty fucking awesome.
Yes, it will be on Mark with the Mic and on Popcorny YouTube page. So definitely check that out
soon. It'll be
soon.
the first video that we release onto there.
Actually, you know what? We didn't actually talk about that.
We can do that.
Did we?
No.
No, we didn't. So we went to was it Fan Expo?
Yeah, it was a fan-made expo of figures.
It was the Fan Strike Back. That's
Yes.
what it was called. It was it's actually still running. I think it ends this week, to be honest with you. So I think it ends this Sunday. And
it was super cool, bro.
it was on 6th Avenue, 14th Street, 6th Avenue. It used to be a Urban Outfitters, to be honest with you. I remember that store completely.
And the layout of it looks like an Urban Outfitter.
It is?
Because the one that's on Fashion Avenue,
Yeah.
Broadway,
Yeah.
the layout is exactly the same
Yeah.
almost. And I can see the clothes.
Yeah.
And the tables,
Yeah.
because Urban Outfitters wasn't like a jam-packed clothes store.
No, it was just the
It
2
had
floors.
its vinyl record section.
Yeah.
And then it had spaced out shirts. So it wasn't like rows and rows and rows.
No, it was just like a top floor, then they had a bottom
It
floor.
displayed
And,
very
yeah.
nicely, very artsy,
Yeah.
had music, it was a
Yeah.
good vibe.
Yeah. So we went there. It was pretty much a nice Star Wars exhibit. It looked like a shit ton of hot toys and about a lot of people's custom pieces and things like that.
Cool as shit.
I don't know what the fuck the Chewbacca was wearing. He had an extra wig on. He looked weird.
We were drunk when we went there.
But we had a really good time. We will have a full length video of everything we did. I pretty much spliced it everything, so even our pictures and everything is
You
all
have
going to be on the video.
Two different views of it.
Yeah.
You have the not a Trekkie version, and we also got the Popcorny
Yeah.
version meshed together. We're both
Yeah.
close to live,
So it's going to be. So pretty much it's going to be
which is all
called.
of us anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be Red Cycling X Popcorny, and it's going to be our exhibit, the Star Wars
It's gonna
exhibit.
be dope as hell.
Yeah. So.
Always a shouts out to Mike Wazowski. Without him, I would not be the Star Wars fan that I am. And also
Yeah.
shouts out to my brother, who has been riding out with me throughout time, watching this over and over again. Always a shouts out to you.
And I'll send our love to Louis Beans, our producer of our show. He pretty much is the one that makes our song podcast sound pretty. And
Shouts out to Sriracha, my co-host for the Popcorny podcast.
Yep.
Also, always how I always end off our cast. Always a shout out to Game On,
Yep.
retro video game store based on Long Island in 3 separate locations, one in Miller Place, one in Smithtown, and one in Patchogue, satisfying all your retro video game needs. Also, in Lake Grove, Smith Haven Mall opened up the Game On Retro Arcade, where you can go, and it's all fun for the family.
You gonna
$20 for
play this?
adults, $10 for kids. It's in the mall. You get a stamp. You can walk around, go shop, go to the food court, do whatever you want. Come back in as long as you got the stamp on. You're good. Tristan just officially now is back in the Miller Place store.
Yeah.
For good.
Cool.
He set everything up, but his heart
Yeah.
and soul is in the Miller Place
Nice.
store. So I get to go and visit him soon
Yeah.
and give him a big hug because what you are doing is amazing.
Yeah. That arcade is awesome, and they also have Star Wars games in there, so go play them.
And hopefully on your vacation we can go
Yeah, we
and
definitely
check
go.
it out again and maybe do a video cast then.
Yes, we do that. Yeah, so stay tuned. So yeah, peace out, laters. I guess fuck Zordon because we like Vader more now because of that cool scene.
And Splinter, don't give him any sashimi.
No, he's not allowed.
He robs motherfuckers.
And Jinky's not allowed to have sandwiches either.
Yeah, and one day he's gonna get it.
He got it for his birthday.
You gotta-
That's all he gets. Yeah.
I can accept those.
We accepted
terms.
him getting one for his birthday, and after his birthday, he had to
I
stop
can
that shit.
accept those terms.
All right. All right. Peace out.